Hi, I hope that you had a happy spring break and that the first module that we did for AP Lang wasn't too terrible. I am going to do the same project cycle again, but something a little bit different through this round. I wanted you to see my face first just because I don't know, it's 12:09 a.m. on Monday, I guess now Tuesday. My kids are asleep, so it's quiet and I can make this video. So if I look tired, it's probably because I am. I'm not like all of you who can stay up late. I normally go to bed pretty early, but video time is just super hard to come by. So here I am. If I look a little tired again, I apologize. But we are going to do another project. It won't always be a project. This is another solo project. I've been so pleased with the work that I've seen so far coming in through the Gladwell project. I should be able to get that in pretty quickly as far as grades, hopefully. And then if you don't get it done on time, I'll keep it open through the week. I'm probably going to dock some points, but nothing tremendous. So please, if you have any part of that to get done, do have that done. I will probably close it on Thursday before we go into the review day on Friday. And sorry, you can see the screen in my glasses. As far as the AP testing goes, there's so much I still need to learn. I do know that it's going to be online for sure. You're going to take it at home as far as I know. That seems like a definite at this point. I don't know if you'll be required to take it or not, but I hope that you take it. And all of them will be 45 minutes with no multiple choice as far as I know. And that's pretty much what I know. On April 3rd, they should release more information about that. I have been keeping up to date on everything that the College Board has posted thus far, and I do want to say that from what I can gather, we are really on top of things, but once I know the format of the test, I'll have a better feel for what that's going to mean for all of you. So hopefully I know that on Friday, and then I can base next week's lessons more so on what you need to know for the test. But this is based on what the College Board said over spring break students should definitely know. And so we're just going to go kind of walk through that and how that's going to work in the module. And then again, you're going to get all of this week and the weekend, and then it will be due next week on Tuesday by 11:59 p.m. So hopefully you have plenty of time. I've loved reading your discussion posts. I've loved interactions on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, I would definitely advise you get on there. I don't know that I'm going to be a big Zoomer or conference person. I see most of you turning in work pretty late at night, and so I don't know that we'd have quite a few of you on there. But if you do want me to start conferencing, especially once we get into review, I'd be happy to do that. I just may have some co-star kiddos in there with me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the Canvas module because we all know I could just go on and on forever. So here we go. Let's look at what I'm calling the bingo project. All right. Okay, so here is the new module on Canvas, and again, it's going to start on Tuesday, April 1st, and it will be due next week on Tuesday, April 7th. So similar to the Gladwell project, you just don't have spring break in the middle there, so you are going to have to be a little bit more cognizant of your time. We will still have that review day this week on Friday if you have any questions. I think I've been pretty good about answering questions pretty quickly on Canvas, so just keep messaging me on Canvas. I don't feel like I got a ton of interaction on the discussion board, so I'm just going to handle things through Canvas message for now. So just message me if you have any questions. If it's a big group question, I'll definitely make sure to address it with the group either on Twitter or through a Canvas message to every single student, or I'll post something in the module if it's a really big thing and make sure that you're aware of it if you need to know it. Just like last time, there are 2 attendance quizzes. Please make sure you take those both. I do need to have those both taken for PowerSchool purposes, especially because some of you probably won't be turning this in until next week. I have to turn your attendance in this week, so please make sure to take your attendance quizzes. Let's see what else. This is the instructional video. So what I'm doing with you now is the instructional video. Hopefully you watch it. I think you can probably figure out the project without me, but I like to think that you need me. And then, yeah, let's just jump into the project here. And And again, it doesn't matter Green Day, White Day. We're all turning this in on Green Day. It will be open for Green Day students on that White Day, so everyone has the same amount of time. Start it, do it when you have time. Okay, this is just going to be attendance quiz. Take that. Attendance quiz, take that as well. Okay, here is the bingo project. I think everyone should be very impressed that I figured out how to put a GIF or a GIF, depending on how you like to say that, in here. Teachers is one of the most funny shows I have personally watched, but maybe it's because I'm a teacher. It's on TV Land. If you need a binge-worthy show, I think that it is pretty hilarious. Okay, so that aside, the bingo project. The College Board did this lesson using Abigail Adams' letter to her son. They did a 3-part lesson. I'll post those lessons at the end of this. I don't know that you need to watch them, but maybe you want to. They're about 30 minutes a piece or so, probably actually 20 minutes of teaching. A lot of it's just her waiting on people to join the Zooms. But they're good stuff. They are just things that we've done. So I didn't want to just use the College Board lessons. Some of your AP teachers may be using them. They're good stuff, but for us, again, we've already done the lesson, so needed to do something a little different, but I still wanted to cover those College Board bases, so I came up with the bingo project. And so you get to the bingo board here. I'm just going to click on it right here. And this is basically a rhetorical analysis option board. And so you're going to get a bingo. You don't have to actually play the game bingo. You're just going to pick which 5 items you want to look at. I tried to keep them all pretty short. There are a couple movies on here. Totally up to you if you want to watch a movie. You have time. These are good movies. But again, pick your poison. So if you wanted to do this, for instance, that's fine. That would mean you would find an online magazine article, a song from the 1970s. So you'd look at the lyrics or listen to the song. A past Super Bowl commercial, if you just Google that or go onto YouTube, you can find plenty. A children's book, I have several lying around the house. You can also Google that and find plenty of free children's books online. And then there are going to be a couple different little YouTube videos on here. If you have any trouble with the YouTube videos, let me know. I tried to pick ones that are good to analyze. Sandy Hook is obviously going to have a strong message. If you don't think you'd be comfortable with that, don't bingo this row. If you are an ESPN or basketball fan, we have the Jimmy V speech on here. There's a TED Talk on here that I think on the actual TED Talk site has like 250 million views. It's one of the most watched TED Talks of all time. Let's see, what else did I throw in here that may be a famous painting or picture? Again, this should be something that's noted as being famous. Same thing with poems. I'd like those to be established things. If you don't have certain streaming services, then again, I probably wouldn't bingo that row. But Amazon Prime, I noticed, had the movie Crash. Awesome, outstanding movie. It's from 2005. You could write about it all day long. I think that if you do watch it, some of you are going to send me messages like, oh my gosh, Mrs. McClung, I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. So really cool movie, worth a watch. It is rated R, so make sure you are allowed to watch the movie. There is just some content and language. I don't think it's anything I wouldn't sit down and watch with my parents, but there are a few sensitive parts. Free Solo, one of my all-time favorite movies. It does happen to be a documentary, but I think it's awesome. It's on Disney Plus. I think it's on other streaming services as well, but I know through National Geographic it's on Disney Plus. Let's see. YouTube, you can go for the movie trailer. I don't really mind what movie trailer it is, just make sure that there isn't, any like super sensitive content in there, but most of the time they're made for general viewing public. If you've seen the movie, you can talk about the movie a little bit. SNL skit, again, you can go on either NBC.com to find those or YouTube. The cartoons, we've done that in class on theweek.com. Plenty of cartoons. Viral tweet, I'll let you decide what viral means, but I normally think like in the thousands make something viral, but you can determine viral tweet. I don't even know if memes are a thing anymore, but I know that students a couple of years ago liked to create memes, so I threw that on the board. If that dates me, then I'm sorry about that. And then free space. I'd love to approve your free spaces, but I also think some of you can figure that on your own. I'm perfectly fine if you want to double up on something on the board, or let's say your bingo doesn't get you to something that you want to do, you can use the free space to do that. Or even if you did this row and you want to have 2 horror movie trailers, that's fine. So the free space, if you want to use it, if it's in your bingo, you can. Obviously, if you get a bingo that doesn't have the free space, you can't use that. And you know what? I have tried like so many times to look at this board and figure out which direction I would go, and it was super hard. I don't even know that I would know what to pick, but honestly, I'd probably pick something with Crash just because I really want to watch the movie. But yeah, I don't know. I'd probably do this row for me personally, but I would also do any of these rows and it wouldn't be hard or stressful. So anyway, you're going to pick 5 items. Let me know if you have any trouble with that. Sorry to go on about that for a long time. In the College Board video, in her second video where she really dug into the analysis, she had this list of items 1 through 6, and we've used Space Cat in the past, so this is again pretty similar to our Space Cat. But she posed these questions that really went along with the College Board rubric, and so I want to use those questions. And so after you've watched or viewed or read or listened or done whatever, you need to just look through this list of questions and be prepared to answer these questions about your bingo item. So you're going to do this 5 times. So it's going to take some time, which is why I have given you 2 of our blocks to get this done. You can present your information pretty much however you want. If you want to do it in a number of ways, that's fine. Let's say you want to do 2, like a Google slide for 2 things, a Google Doc for 2 of the things, and then an infographic for the last thing. Fine, that's fine. Just upload all those items. You want to do one giant infographic or an Adobe Spark presentation. Again, that's fine. I have a Flipgrid. There's a link here to this Flipgrid. You are welcome to post a reaction to, like, let's say you watch Crash and you're like, oh my goodness, I just want to share with Mrs. McClung my reaction to it and go over those 1 through 6 questions here on Flipgrid. Great, you can post a Flipgrid and get your 6 points for Crash that way. You have 10 minutes of a limit, but you can make multiple videos. So there is that. And see, look, I'm so good at GIFs. I put another GIF there. Okay, so step 1, you have to figure out what you're going to do, play the bingo game. Step 2, you need to know the answers to these questions. Step 3, you need to do something with each item on your bingo board. I would probably do more of a cohesive thing, maybe, like I said, a Google slide presentation and then maybe a Flipgrid or 2. But feel free to mix it up. Feel free to just stay in your lane and do what you're comfortable with. And also feel free to give me other ideas because you all have better ideas most of the time than I do. I would just really love to see creativity. I feel like I'm in a pretty giving place. I'm not going to necessarily like put bonus points on this project, but you knock my socks off, I'll give you some bonus points. So that sounds good there. Let's see. You do get 6 points per bingo item. There are 6 questions that need to be answered. So 6 times 5 is going to be 30 points. So that should be pretty clear cut there. You can submit multiple things to this Canvas assignment here. So upload multiple files or give me multiple links, whatever you need to do. That shouldn't be an issue there either. And that is pretty much all you need to know about this project. It is due on April 7th at 11:59 p.m. The last thing that I'll mention, and I haven't added this to the module yet, but I am going to put just right here below these videos, or sorry, below this completion page, 3 optional videos. Those are just the YouTube lessons that happened over break from the College Board. You don't need to watch them, but you are definitely welcome to watch them, and they do go over how to answer questions 1 through 6 using the Abigail Adams passage if you feel like that would be helpful. And that is pretty much all that I have for you. So just let me know if you need me, message me. Again, I'm not going to have a discussion board right now, so just message me if you need help. I don't plan on having a conference at this time, but if I get enough messages that that would be something you're interested in, I will definitely do that. I hope you had a lovely break. I hope you're getting your work done for all of your classes. School is still in session, just keep that in mind. And I really miss all of you a lot. You are much better behaved than my own children. So take care.